all times. If you'd like to move away from the feed, please feel free to do so. Just do so nice and quietly, and do make sure you keep off the wall at all times. Parents, if you do have children at the front, please do ask that you do make sure they keep their hands away. Okay, if you bear with me, I'll just let the penguins out to feed. Isaac, make sure you don't put your hands out, won't you?
Yeah, Tony, don't put your fingers there.
Mira,
Yeah, Dad.
just make sure you don't put your hands on your fingers, Rosie. You
Waddle.
Okay, so currently we have 15 Humboldt penguins that live here at the Inca Trail. We have 14 Humboldt penguins that live at the top at Penguin Shores. Just keep your hands off the wall, please. And the reason why they're separated is purely just because some of them are related. So obviously we do have to be quite careful when it comes to breeding them. But here at the Inca Trail, we have 15, 14 of them are adults, and one of them is a juvenile. Now, I've already mentioned the juvenile. Her name is Pebbles. Now, she's not come out to see us today. It's because the weather's not particularly very nice. She's hiding away in her box. And to be completely honest, I really don't blame her. But we have got quite a lot of our adults out to join us. And you might be wondering how on earth we can tell them apart. And you'll notice that we don't have wing tags on them. We also don't have rings around their ankles. We have nothing artificial attached to our penguins, so we can see who's who. Now, the reason for this is because you don't actually need it. With some birds, such as birds of prey and any aviary birds, they need to be able to have these identification rings on them, so we can know who's who, because they all look very similar. With a penguin, however, although they all probably look identical to you, they all have their differences, and I can tell each and every single one of them apart. Now, to point some of them out for you, looking rather handsome at the front there, we have Big Baby. He has a great big U shape right across his belly. This one here, can you stand up? Yeah, there we go. This one here is Wellamy. We've also got her boyfriend Lupo over there at the back. Now, Wellamy, if you have a look at her beak, it's really quite long and it's quite bumpy. Lupo, her boyfriend just there, has a big capital E at the front of his chest. And everybody else has turned away from me, so I can't see who they are. Brilliant. Can you turn around? That'd be lovely. But when they turn around, I will spot them for you, and I'll tell you who is who as they do that. Now, as I've already mentioned, penguins are a type of bird. And, of course, if you look at Lupo at the front here, you will see that he is, of course, a bird. He's got those nice webbed feet, lovely big flippers, which, of course, many, many years ago would have been wings. But through evolution, they've now stiffened up and become nice and solid, and they use them now as flippers to help them to swim. They've got that lovely, strong, sharp beak. And, of course, the females lay eggs, and they're all covered in feathers. Now, the biggest difference between penguins and regular birds is actually their bone structure. Now, I'm sure you're all very well aware that most birds actually have a honeycomb structure to their bones. This makes them nice and light so they can stay up in the air to help them to fly. Penguins, on the other hand,